Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be covering 4 projects that I'm going to be either minting this month or have a very close eye on. But before I dive in, make sure to follow me on Twitter at blockchaingavin. And if you're finding any of this content helpful or valuable in any way, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Now, before I continue, I have to say I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. These are my own opinions, so take that how you see fit. Okay, so the first project is called Savage Wolves NFT. So if you want, go ahead and follow them on Twitter, turn on those post notifications, because these guys do have an interesting type of Discord, similar to Divine Wolves and Metastones and NanoPass, Project NanoPass, and a lot of those ones that have a locked chat. And it's still very early. There is only 120 people whitelisted, 114 OGs, which I'm probably sure have whitelist access, and then 57 park visitors. So this server is very interesting and very cool. I'm not whitelisted, but I did get a park visitor pass for competing in a quiz. And essentially what they do is, so all these people are simply waiting in line to be able to have access to the server. So if you get what's called a park visitors pass, out of all the people in the server, only these people are allowed to see the chats and actually communicate in the server. So it's pretty cool because that means you can actually engage in solid conversation in this chat. The chat isn't just flying by, you know, and you get a sense of who people are, who keeps coming back to the chat, and actually talk to people, which I think is pretty cool. So if we go to their announcements tab, you should be able to see this if you enter the server. So you can see they have something called a park visitor pass. Essentially, it says contribution will give you a chance to win a whitelist spot. Visitors without any daily contribution will be removed from the park. So for instance, I know today a few people were removed for inactivity, and they reward the loyal contributors of the community with being able to stay and probably eventually becoming or having whitelist access. And so I took this quiz last night. I wasn't one of the first 5 to answer. Those 5 people got in and they got whitelist access. I was a bit late, and they actually rewarded me and 4 other people with a park visitor pass just for getting the answer right. So that was pretty cool. So I am in the server, and I do think this project already has quite a bit of hype behind it, especially how they're regulating the server flow, which I think is smart. And if we head over to their sneak peeks, it's kind of similar to Divine Wolves, but at the same time, it's got its own little unique twist. And I do think the art is pretty cool. So if we check out these gifts, I'm assuming these are like their legendary 1-of-1s. But like I said, there's not too much information on this one. It is quite a new project. So I would definitely follow them on Twitter and turn on those post notifications, because I'm sure that they will do another quiz soon. And when they do, you either have a chance to get whitelisted or a chance to at least get a park visitor pass, which gives you a huge advantage over anyone else with the potential of getting whitelisted. Because like I said, since I've been in the server, I've pretty much been talking to the same people, because it's just these people who are talking, especially just the park visitors, because those are the ones who are trying to get whitelisted. So definitely keep an eye on this project. I think that there already is a ton of hype behind it, so I do think it will do well. And like it says, obviously I can't guarantee and speak for them, but it does say that it's going to be a Genesis collection, which means there's going to be breeding, there's going to be a token for utility, and then there's going to be a game. Okay, so the second project I want to go over is called Project NanoPass. I'm sure some of you have heard of it, but if you haven't, it's essentially 5.5K virtual plots in the Nanoverse, and these are what they look like. They're pretty cool, in my opinion. I do think they're pretty sweet. They have a ton of hype already. So I don't have whitelist access to this one. I'm not even in their Discord server, but someone told me that there were going to be about 2,000 passes or mints available for public mint. I know gas fees are going to be absolutely tragic, but I think I am going to try and mint at least 1, 2, or 3 of these, depending on whatever the maximum amount is when this project comes out. So make sure to follow them, turn on their post notifications if you want to hop in their Discord. Again, I'm not even in their Discord, but I'm still going to go for the mint because I do think this project is super cool. It's unique and it's got a lot of hype, and I can already see a new trend starting with Nanoverse, this project called Leap In, and then another project called Metroverse. So it looks like this is going to be another booming type of trend. And when you see these things, just like the pixelated type collections, which are still doing incredibly well, you want to hop on these trends and milk them as much as you possibly can while they're alive and doing well. So there's different archetypes of these nano passes, which is really cool. They all have like different styles of art, and I think they all look amazing. Whoever did the art on this, beautiful. But it says nano passes are an early access pass that doubles as a plot of virtual land in the Nanoverse. Each pass is procedurally generated from a base of 22 unique and animated assets. So it says passes grant weekly black boxes. Okay, so what is a black box? So if we go down to black box, each NanoPass will generate a weekly black box, which may contain valuable loot. This loot may contain physical goods, other popular NFTs, or a donation to a charitable cause. The possibilities are limited only by your imagination, as it will be the community that decides what they are. So this is quite interesting because it does say owning a NanoPass will grant you a weekly black box in perpetuity. So who knows, maybe you could get some Ethereum, maybe you could get some other NFTs, I don't really know. So I think that's a very interesting concept. And so it says these black boxes are going to be funded through the secondary market royalties. So as I've talked about in a previous video, when it comes to NFTs, giving out passive income and being treated as potential securities, something like this might be a way around it. So I think this is a pretty interesting concept, definitely unique, and I'm liking where it's going. So then on top of that, we can review their roadmap. You can just see their website is super professional. It looks so clean. The art, in my opinion, is fantastic. And so we see step 5, partnerships with other NFT drops. So I would assume something like this is probably what would go into the black box. Like maybe it's a whitelist pass, or maybe it's a free mint, or whatever it is. And so we can also see their entire team, which is a good sign. I'm pretty sure their entire team is doxed. That is always a positive sign because that means you do not have to worry about a rug pull or any kind of shady stuff for the most part, because these guys will be more or less held responsible by the community. So that's pretty much it for NanoPass. Make sure to keep an eye on these. It does say that their pre-sale is going to be on December 15th and the public sale will be 24 hours later, so on December 16th. So that is a solid 8 days away. So you've got plenty of time to scope this out, do your own research, decide if you potentially want to try out for the public mint. Again, there is only 5.5K passes and this is an extremely hyped up project, so getting access to the public mint is going to be extremely costly. So I'd be very careful, especially because the gas wars are probably going to be insane and there's always the chance of your transaction not going through and you pay a couple $100, maybe even $1,000 in gas and not even get your token. So definitely be careful of that, but check these guys out, do your own research, and let's hop on to the third project. Okay, so the third project I want to go over is called CyberGorillas. It is another Discord type server where it's locked, they release a code, and you have to get in a certain amount of time. There's going to be a Genesis collection of 333, there's going to be tokens, and it is going to be a deflationary type of collection. If we hop on over to their Discord, I'm not whitelisted in this, obviously I will try. I think they're doing like giveaways and, you know, maybe being active. And they do like quizzes and games and stuff, which I always think is great. Like with what Divine Wolves are doing with their hunts, those games are so incredibly challenging but fun. They'll open a game for a couple of hours and whoever is the first 50 or 100 or 200 people to solve it will get whitelist access, and they are quite challenging. The last hunt we did, where I set up a group of 150 people to try and solve it to help them out because I already have OG status in that server. I was up from 6 a.m. till 10 a.m. doing that hunt, so it was quite fun. But anyways, let's check out their sneak peeks. So as you can see, it is another pixelated collection. We'll check out their website. So right off the bat, I do like their website. You can tell this project didn't just pop up overnight. They put in some good work into this. They've got a solid developing team, I would say. But so their initial roadmap says phase 1, introduce the human. So obviously that's us. I don't want to go over too much of this roadmap. I don't want to take up too much time. If you guys want, feel free to check this out, but definitely follow them on Twitter and turn on post notifications, as that is the only way you're going to be able to get into this server. But you can see that there's going to be this token called Gorilla. After minting, you can breed and it will be capped at 1667, and then there will also be something called a jungle pass, and there's only ever going to be 100 of them. You can purchase this with the gorilla tokens that you accumulate, and the pass apparently will give you access to super exclusive Discord channels, so maybe like new channels talking about alpha and maybe getting like whitelist spots and stuff like that. But yeah, feel free to check these guys out. I do think that this project is probably going to do well, just because again, it is another pixelated type collection. There is a lot of hype around it, and these guys did a really good job with their artwork and putting this all together, so definitely check out CyberGorillas. It could be a good one. Okay, so the fourth and final project I want to go over is called CrocZ. I'm not whitelisted on this. There's only going to be 5.5K items, but there are going to be, I think, 2,000 that go to public mint. So I'm going to play my hand at trying to get a couple of those during the public mint. So as you can see, it's a collection of 5.5K Crocs, and they will generate a token called Swamp. If we head over to their Discord, we can check out their sneak peeks. So these are pretty cool. I really like their animated sneak peeks. They're legendary ones, I assume. So in my opinion, for a pixelated collection, the art is there. The art's good. It's pretty cool. And if we head over to the roadmap, nothing crazy. Let's see, at 80%, Swamp contract will be finalized. So you'll be able to stake, I'm assuming immediately once you mint your Croc, and then you'll be generating Swamp to be able to breed. And then at 100% it says they will have a token utility shop that you can buy merch, NFT raffles, project whitelists, and other things purchasable with Swamp, which will be the token that you are generating. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna mint this one. I do think I am. The hype does seem to be there. And like I said, these pixel collections, I know there's so many of them, but historically speaking, they just tend to do well. They tend to do 3 to 10x right off the mint price pre-reveal. So just keep that in mind, guys. And if you haven't already, make sure to join this server I created called We Hunt Alpha. I basically created this for the Divine Wolves Hunt, but I decided I'm going to make it a work in progress and turn this into an alpha channel to grow alongside the YouTube channel. So you guys can go in there, interact with me directly, message with me. We can talk about projects, and just keep in mind, first 1,000 members who subscribe and are in this channel may or may not get something. Just saying. You may or you may not, but you probably will, so just get in the channel. So I'll leave a link to this as well in the description along with the other projects that I just talked about. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I just wanted to make a quick video showing you guys some interesting projects that I am looking at this week, but there's going to be plenty of projects going into mid and late December, so make sure to watch out for future videos. Follow me on Twitter at blockchaingavin, and I will catch you guys in the next video.